But on other metaverse news, Kyle, you said that Facebook was going to ban people that talk about misinformation. Does that mean we're getting banned because we talk shit?
That's what I'm saying. We might not be able to put all of our clips on Facebook anymore.
Didn't they do that a while ago? Like they don't like support.
They don't support it. Well, here's the thing. They want to put a ban on misinformation.
Mm-hmm.
What's a filter?
That's true.
Yeah.
Is every Instagram model really look like that? Or is it because they're putting misinformation on the internet and getting money off of it?
You took that to such a deep place, Kyle. What is true information? What's misinformation?
There is no such thing as misinformation because any information can be verified. If it's misinformation, people will figure that out. You can't say misinformation. All it is information.
Yeah, it's just an algorithm's ability to try and verify information.
Yeah, it's so silly. But yeah, they posted it. It was anti-COVID-19 disinformation and data spreading procedures. Accounts removal starting from December 1st, 2021, international protocols. All and any profiles denying COVID-19 existence. All and any profiles found promoting non-social distancing or wearing of mask face coverings during national government advice periods. Sorry, Sportsnet. Wow. Sorry, every sporting event that shows college football with 50,000 people rushing the field all right beside each other, drunk as fuck, not wearing masks.
Well, pause on that, though. It sounds like it's one thing to deny its existence. It's another thing to ignore protocols. But if it's like a college football game, I'm pretty sure if they have vaccination policies or who can come to the games, they're not denying COVID. They're taking proper measures, and this is what you get to watch. So who's actually getting banned? Is it just people that say COVID is a conspiracy and doesn't exist? Or is it people that are anti-vax? Like, how far along does that go? Because it sounds like it's just saying people that deny its existence.
But that's the thing. It said deny the existence, and then it said anybody that's promoting not wearing face masks or coverings or social distancing.
Okay, so do we need disclaimers saying that proper measures have been taken on every single possible show?
And that's what I'm saying. It's yet again, it's another rule that they're in placing that is super vague.
Vague.
You could take it as what I took it, or you could take it as yours. And that's not a rule. A rule can't be just interpreted however you feel. That's just a statement. But this is something that they're banning people. Like, I know somebody that got banned this morning, and it's a 90-day ban.
Who is this?
Girl I work with. I'm not gonna say her name.
Okay, fair enough.
But she's not into the vaccine. She doesn't want to get it. She's healthy, whatever. Okay. But she like yesterday she had posted like this picture, and then the 5 or 6 different protests that are going on all around the world. Like the biggest protests the world has ever known are going on right now over the mandates and everything. And that's technically misinformation because these people, if they're out there protesting and not wearing masks, that's technically against the advisory. So I know many people that post all this kind of stuff, go to these that are anti-mandate, that potentially might now get silenced, and now the only people that can talk are the ones that are down with the vaccine, down with the mandate, put on their face masks and still wipe everything down with Lysol. As long as you say that, you're good to go. You can be part of the conversation. But if you don't say that, now you're not allowed to talk. Like, we can't prove you wrong, so we're just going to shut you up. And that's what I don't like.
I mean, that's definitely a very slippery slope to get into.
Yeah.
It's
like
extremely
censoring people off stuff like
I understand the idea of not wanting to spread misinformation. Like, of course, like no one wants the wrong information. But to just like give up your trust to an algorithm that's going to then dictate what the right information is, I don't think we're there as a society.
Now, take that into a further context. Not COVID. Let's say it's not COVID that we're talking about anymore, and we can avoid that whole subject. What if what we deem to be misinformation was actually the correct information? We just didn't know it yet. Dun, dun, dun. And then what? We're going back and unbanning people, undeleting accounts.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. Like, trying to figure out how to get it off of COVID, like you said. But throwing it back to COVID because I can't. There is the whole, it might have been made in a lab, saying that at the beginning. was like you could get banned, you're spreading misinformation, blah blah blah. Then it basically comes out almost guaranteed that it did happen. Now what are we talking about? Or even when you talk about marijuana, it's legal, you can buy it in a store, but there's still people in jail because they had sold it and they had it themselves beforehand. So are we going to go back and say, oh, this was incorrect, and then let those people out? You've already ruined their lives. You've already done it. So silencing somebody and then afterwards, if they're proven right, being like, oh my bad, you can talk again. You already done the harm. So you can't start out with it. And like you said, I'm not trying to over exaggerate it, but you have one company that's in charge of it. That's a dictatorship. Democracy is everybody gets a voice, everybody gets to say what they want to say. We have like 6 or 7 parties in Canada, and there's only 2 of them that get any votes because the Green Party stands for just little stuff that nobody really wants to go for. It's very, this is my niche, I'm not going for anything else. The People's Party of Canada, the guy that was running it for Chilliwack was the creepiest teacher I've ever met. So like, there's all these options. They're allowed to say their piece. They're allowed to come out and talk. But if nobody listens to them and everybody actually looks at the information and decides this guy's an idiot, these guys have a chance, they're going to go there. But if you don't let them even talk, now, like for me, I'm not like an Alex Jones, he's 100% right on everything or anything like that. But the second that somebody gets taken off of Twitter, taken off of this, taken off of that, and they've been talking forever and they're sometimes right, it makes me think like, okay, what were they right about here? Especially like being a conspiracy theorist, he's always talking about the elites, and the elites are the ones that run the big programs that own Twitter, that own Facebook, and now they're saying he can't talk anymore. So the people that he's talking shit about, saying that they're a little bit dirty, are saying he's not allowed to talk. That makes me think he might be right. He might not be. He probably isn't. But there's a chance he is, and it makes me think that. So I don't know if I'm just the only person that looks at it, that if somebody, I look at when one person says something, I look at why. And if there's no real good answer, it's because they're scared, in my opinion.
Okay. So, granted, I don't think you're completely off base with what you just said. But pushback question, how far is too far? How far can someone push the envelope and, like, once again, not even talking about COVID, just say complete bullshit just to get a rise out of people and do it in a manipulative way to make it seem like this is a real thing that's happening before we're like, hey, like, this person doesn't get to do this anymore. Like, how long are we going to give them a microphone?
Well, we can look at Lil Nas X, just for like not nearly the same level, but for his marketing, for the shoe that he had made with his own blood in it, he makes the
what?
Yeah.
You didn't know about this?
Oh, okay. So he made basically a devil shoe is what the
I
idea
heard about
behind
the
it.
devil shoe, and I heard about like gay devil sex.
Yes.
That's about the extent, but his own fucking blood in the shoe.
So what it
Jesus
was is that
Christ.
he made a shoe. He had a little bit of his own blood in it.
Okay.
Tony Hawk did this like about a year after. He put a little bit of his own blood into the paint on his skateboards.
Jesus.
Didn't get any pushback because he's not gay, so nobody went at him for it. That's pretty much what it came down to. But Lil Nas X, he makes a music video where he's seducing Satan and like all over him, and then makes a shoe with his own blood in it. Immediately, the controversy is all these Christians and Catholics are yelling at him, saying how bad he is and everything. And now you have 10, 20, 30 million views on this stuff, and people that are anti-Christian, anti-Catholic, now they want to buy the shoe just to be like on his side or whatever. He only did it for marketing. Like, he's not a satanic person. He did it for marketing. He spread misinformation that this shoe is associated to Satan. That's spreading misinformation for his own gain.
Okay, so let's rehash this question, because your example is about doing controversial behavior, not spreading misinformation. I'm talking more about like Donald Trump saying something that's easily verifiably not true. How many times does he get to say those things before he gets punished?
4 years.
forever.
He was a president for 4 years.
I mean, yeah, and now we're in the situation we're at where people can get banned for that shit.
And that's where I find an issue, is that a regular person that has no authority over anybody can get banned for saying the wrong shit. But former presidents that clearly did wrong, and it's proven, shown on record that they've done wrong, they're fine.
Well, I mean, I think he did get banned.
But not just him.
Donald Trump?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he's banned. But like, there's other people that have done wrong, have lied, clearly lied, like even Barack Obama with the Edward Snowden. He said, none of this is happening, none of this is happening. Comes out, it's all happening. And he's still a hero. He's still a nice guy.
Yeah.
So this is where the double standard of it is that they're choosing this one specific thing. Because if they were to say at the beginning that it was made in a lab, and then everybody else was saying that, no, it was from the bat, and they decided to ban all the people that said it's from the bat, it might have been. Why are we not allowed to have that conversation? Like, the right answer will either find its way or it won't, but it's a conversation you're allowed to have.
Now, it sounds like to me, based off that picture you sent, is that what the notification was? Just that blue picture you sent in the group chat? So it's just a plain notification, little like a caption card. It really didn't have too many details, and I think that seems to be what you're complaining about, is the lack of transparency. It's just a very vague statement with lots of overarching questions to be added to it. I feel like there's so many, like you're saying, there's so many technicalities and specifications that need to be fleshed out for this to be a thing, and for it to just be a spontaneous, hey, this is what's happening. There's too many angles for dispute, too many angles for argument. How do you know what's going to get banned or not? Like, I guess that's what you're trying to say.
That's what I'm saying, is that there are people that are out there saying COVID's not real. They're injecting you with metal so that they can grab you by their airships and take them away.
If I'm a God-fearing American, like, I got my freedoms. Like, I want to be able to believe whatever the fuck I want. Like,
exactly.
And I want to be able to use Facebook at the same time while I believe whatever the fuck I want. That's how I feel. God damn it.
Yeah, freedom. Like, freedom for anything. Because if it were something where like Dustin decided he didn't like what this guy said, and then that guy asked to be on our podcast, yeah, you can say no. We don't have every single person on the planet watching our podcast. But when you're somebody that it's internationally, pretty much everybody's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And if you're banning them from every conversation and they're just some regular ass dude, that seems wrong.
So I'm thinking of like Edward Snowden. Like, is he walking on eggshells now? He's like, oh no, I don't want to post the wrong thing or else I'll get banned. Like,
well, how much government influence do we have now? That's a whole nother topic.
Yeah, I'm trying to wrap my head around, how does Edward Snowden release information? Like, that's through Twitter, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, he's only Twitter.
So is this ban is just Facebook? Or is it kind of everywhere?
This one specifically was Facebook and any of the affiliates, so Instagram, and WhatsApp.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't know, man. Facebook is just like, it's a cesspool. That's how I see Facebook. It's just like a pile of just advertising and just fucking Karens.
and the worst part about it is that all the Karens are your aunties. They're your aunties, your uncles. They're the people that you actually know, so you really want to fight with them because you're like, no, I know that you don't think like this. Why are you being like this?
Facebook is just turning out it's just like for Candy Crush invitations. Like, just don't post anything controversial on Facebook. It can go fuck itself.
Share cat videos.
Yeah, share cat videos, Candy Crush invitations, and grandsons. That's about it. Other than that, man, who the fuck cares about Facebook?
I see it. A lot of our views come from Instagram. Like, if we wanted to promote, but that's the thing. Instagram. It's part of Facebook. So if you get banned from Facebook, I'm assuming you're probably gonna get banned from both the others. The person I know, they got banned from everything Meta. So you get banned from Facebook. That's a good
point.
And
it's very meta.
Now to throw it back to the other one, what happens when the metaverse shows up? Now you say something controversial, you lose your house and all your NFTs?
Yeah, no, the metaverse is not going to be a centralized version. That's like just the perfect setup for a dystopian novel.
I think they made movies of this.
Many
Ready Player
many a
One
movie.
is that.
Yeah, like there's gonna be so many versions of the metaverse, man. No one entity is gonna have control. Everyone's gonna try, but
if there's one
as soon
person,
as something is just shitty, you can just make another version, copy and paste the code.
Fucking Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Exactly.
if Zuckerberg has the money, he has the money to, if somebody else makes something better, he has enough money to convince them that they don't want anything else but this $500 million check in front of them. So that's where it's always kind of like, you never really know if somebody else can break through, because they have to A, break through, and B, have the wherewithal not to accept the money, and that's a hard thing to do.
I think it's interesting to think about how it's gonna end up like, what's misinformation? Now we're gonna have to like have some like discussion on the level of proof required to say something's invalid or valid. And now we have all these topics that maybe we're talking about something that's unverifiable. Like, you know, I don't think that guns are good, and you think guns are good. You know, this sweet argument does. But like, if we disagree on a subject that's purely opinion based, and I'm saying all these things and you're saying all these things, are we splitting hairs on which part is misinformation and which part's not? Which part's opinion, which part's not? Like, do we have disclaimers that none of this information is backed by facts? It's just my feelings. Like,
I think that comes back to the idea of Facebook just isn't the place to discuss abortions. I think that's where we need to leave that. It's just not the place. Yeah, like I think Facebook, everyone just needs to leave Facebook the fuck alone. It's got just full of regulations, and it's just like, fucking wearing a hard hat.
Don't say shit about Facebook. Facebook's really sensitive. He doesn't want it.
Just walk around with this safety fucking checklist. Like, okay, is everybody safe here? Like,
do you have a hall pass?
Yeah, that's fucking Facebook. Okay, so just leave them alone.
I've tried to give them money to promote our shit, and they always say we do something wrong. So
Yeah,
fuck Facebook.
Facebook is it's Candy Crush invitations, man. That's it.
Oh man, do you remember Farmville?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I remember I used to be such a nerd. I would go into my mom's account and I would start a Farmville so I could like accept an invitation and get a fucking bonus on my main. And then my mom, both my parents actually, at one point were like, "What the fuck is Farmville and why do I have it?" And I was like, "Yes, my corn is growing."
It's the newest rage, Mom. Everybody's doing it. Fucking Farmville.
Well, they have Farm Simulator on Xbox. You can put money into it, get the nicer tractor, so that it only takes half hour to plow your field instead of an hour.
I could play Goat Simulator and get a nicer breed of goat.
You can do anything.
VR is gonna be so fun. Just simulating fucking milking goats and shit.
Oh no.
It's so real. All right, I think we gotta get going though.
Oh, fuck.
Okay, I got nothing after that. What kind of udders does this one have?
Yeah, install better udders here.
What about a horn? I need really big horns.
Oh, I'm so excited for the metaverse. It's gonna be great.
Anyways.